The Occupy movement, whose message over uneven wealth in this country has at times been loosely focused, is increasingly being defined by graphic images of clashes with police. The latest comes in a viral video that has taken off across the internet this weekend and is putting officials at a California university campus on the defensive. NBC's Ann Thompson reports.
This is the latest evidence police patience with the Occupy movement is wearing thin. Videos posted on YouTube show UC Davis campus police firing pepper spray at apparently peaceful protesters Friday. Shame on you! The police chief said this was a volatile situation and the police were cut off from their support. The video shows this officer using the spray to clear a path. These scenes ignited an angry reaction on the web. Some faculty are calling for Chancellor Linda Katehi's resignation. She's resisting, and today placed 2 officers seen using pepper spray on administrative leave, as a task force investigates whether the action was justified on a video the Chancellor describes as chilling.
I do understand the unfortunate and very bad, really, situation that was created for our students.
Across the nation, the police crackdown is creating striking images of a once faceless movement. A young man bloodied at New York's Zuccotti Park, an 84-year-old woman pepper sprayed in Seattle, and now the students at UC Davis. While protesters may be losing physical space, one analyst says they are gaining impact.
They really opened up a space to have these conversations, which people just weren't having 3 months ago, about income inequality, about what a just and moral system is like.
But there is also great criticism, some of it expressed at last night's Republican presidential candidate forum in Iowa.
Go get a job right after you take a bath.
Observers say the challenge for the movement now is to see if it can go from occupying parks to occupying the nation's political debate in an election year. Or will it be undone in a debate over tactics by both police and protesters? Ann Thompson, NBC News, New York.
Overseas now to Egypt, where tonight violent clashes are raging once again in Tahrir Square. Egyptians are protesting military control, and Egyptian forces have responded with a deadly crackdown. Our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel, joins us now from Cairo. Richard, good evening.
Good evening, Lester. Parliamentary elections here are just 1 week away, but today's events could be the start of a new wave of violence.
In the square where Egypt's revolution began, today thousands of demonstrators came ready for a new political revolt, this time against the Egyptian military. Expecting clashes, protesters wore medical face masks and gas masks, and they were right to be prepared. Egyptian police fired tear gas and rubber bullets. Dozens collapsed, overcome by the caustic fumes.
Clouds of tear gas now hang over parts of downtown Cairo, but it isn't dispersing the crowds. These protesters insist they will continue to demonstrate in the streets until the Egyptian military steps down.
But what exactly are they protesting against? President Mubarak stepped down nearly a year ago. But since then, the military has remained in power, maintained martial law, and tried thousands in military courts. Now the army wants to be completely free of civilian oversight. Protesters told me the military isn't transitioning to democracy as it promised. Everything is still the same as it was under the old regime. They're still shooting at us like they did under Mubarak, said another. And when the tear gas didn't break up the demonstrators, at sunset, hundreds of riot police and soldiers advanced to clear out Tahrir Square with clubs, shields, armored personnel carriers, and shotguns. A new battle was underway. To keep protesters from returning, troops burned their tents. In minutes, there were casualties. Cameras captured Egyptian security forces dragging what appeared to be a dead protester and throwing the body in a pile of garbage. The military's takeover of Tahrir Square was violent, but short-lived. Thousands of Egyptians returned to the square.
Health officials tonight say 10 people were killed today, and violence is now spreading outside of Cairo to Alexandria and Suez. Lester?
Richard Engel in Cairo for us. Richard, thanks. In Libya, Moammar Gaddafi's son and his one-time heir apparent Saif Al-Islam has been captured in the desert. Libya's new leaders say they will try him in Libya and not hand him over to the International Criminal Court, where he is charged with crimes against humanity.